This is a fully self-contained luxury home inside 65 square feet. Months ago, it was a rust-covered delivery van, abandoned and sold at auction for $3,000. One self-taught woodworker saw what no one else did, and what he built from that wreck could now command tens of thousands. But turning an abandoned shell into an ultra-luxury home demanded far more than ambition. And the real story starts with what was hiding beneath the floor. To salvage a rusted 20-year-old Ford E350, self-taught Turkish carpenter Murat Tuncer committed 12 months of solitary labor to an intensive restoration. Tuncer focused on craftsmanship over quick profits, treating the commercial wreck as a pure design challenge while documenting every phase of the complex build. The work culminated on December 19, 2025, with a final walkthrough of a micro home that defies its derelict origins. This structural rescue forced a rotting steel hull to serve a high-end residential function. It raises a stark factual question: how does a piece of junk become livable? The paper trail for this 2002 Ford E350 ended at a municipal salvage auction in late 2024, where it sold for exactly $3,000. The odometer read near 200,000 miles, and the vehicle was officially marked as abandoned. Decades of parcel delivery service had left the chassis battered. Inside, the seats, trim, and wiring harness were entirely missing. Flat tires sat on corroded brake drums, while water dripped through unsealed roof seams, pooling onto rotting floorboards and exposed metal. There were no floor joists left intact, no insulation, and a heavy stench of diesel fuel clung to the metal walls. But the visible decay of rusted rocker panels and wheel wells was only the surface. During his initial teardown, Murat Tuncer uncovered a massive hidden rust pocket directly beneath the floor pan. This concealed decay compromised the vehicle's main load path, threatening its entire structural integrity. Before any carpentry could begin, Tuncer faced a stark choice: fabricate a custom steel reinforcement frame to save the vehicle, or abandon the entire $3,000 investment right there. Choosing a standard Ford E350 over a school bus or a box truck comes down to a calculated balance of mobility and maintenance. A 21-foot turning radius fits into standard parking spots and handles tight city streets where a school bus or commercial box truck would be completely stranded. Because it uses a common commercial chassis, replacement parts are stocked at almost any local auto parts store, keeping long-term maintenance costs low and repairs straightforward. The simple rectangular shell also provides flat walls that make cabinetry installation fast and direct. But these advantages require major compromises. A school bus offers 3 times the interior volume, and a box truck provides a massive blank interior with standing headroom. In this compact cargo van, every inch of spray foam and cedar cladding eats directly into the limited 65 square feet of living space. Fitting a water system, a battery bank, and residential amenities means solving a spatial puzzle where every pound added threatens the 4,000-pound payload capacity. Murat targeted the floor and rocker sections first, grinding out 2 square feet of compromised paper-thin steel. He welded 1/8-inch steel patch plates into the void, coating them with weld-through epoxy primer to halt future corrosion. He also added reinforced steel box brackets around the rear suspension mounting areas to support the massive weight of future water and battery systems. But during the heavy grinding, a sharp crack echoed through the garage. An unexpected chassis fracture had split the frame near the wheel well, threatening to scrap the entire build before it even started. Tuncer quickly stabilized the frame with jack stands, fabricated a custom steel brace, and welded it across the split to restore structural rigidity. With the base stabilized, he laid a lightweight cedar tongue and groove subfloor as a flat, usable interior plane. Next, he sprayed closed-cell polyurethane foam across the walls and ceiling. This dense barrier serves 4 distinct functions: blocking extreme summer heat, preventing moisture condensation from rusting the hidden steel, deadening road noise, and securing the metal shell. Thermal brake plates on the steel ribs completed an effective 4-season envelope. Two 460-watt solar panels on the roof route power down to an MPPT controller, combining with alternator-driven DC to DC charging and a shore power inlet to feed a 400 amp-hour lithium iron phosphate battery bank. From there, a 2,000-watt pure sine inverter converts the current to run household appliances. This setup reportedly provides up to 48 hours of off-grid power. To maintain vehicle handling, these heavy batteries sit low and balanced over the axles, contributing to an estimated 2,300 pounds of total added build weight. The water system follows an equally direct path. A 12-volt pump draws from a 66-gallon freshwater tank beneath the bed, sending pressurized water through secure PEX lines to the sink and shower before draining into an external 21-gallon gray water tank. Every line requires shut-off valves, freeze protection, and active ventilation. Adhering to standards like NFPA 1192 and the National Electrical Code prevents devastating electrical fires or gas leaks. This complex plumbing and high-voltage wiring is where builders must prioritize safety regulations and consult qualified professionals before attempting to copy the installation. Murat fastened light cedar furring strips directly to the metal ribs, creating a secure wood-to-metal skeleton. Every vertical stud had to be hand-scribed to follow the van's sloping walls, preserving every millimeter of the tight 65 square feet of floor space. He laid the parquet flooring over the subfloor, protecting it with heavy cardboard during the rest of the build. Next, he built the structural frames for the bed platform and the kitchen galley using lightweight, high-strength spruce. Before paneling over the walls, Murat built hidden access doors into the framing, ensuring the water pumps, fuses, and wire junctions remained accessible for future maintenance. As the raw cedar panels clicked into place over the insulation, the industrial metal box vanished. The delivery van finally looked like a house. To warm the cold metal shell, marine-grade cedar cladding wraps the interior, creating a Scandinavian cabin aesthetic that resists rot. A lightweight sealed beechwood countertop houses a 2-burner stove and sink, leaving the narrow walkway clear. Murat rotated the passenger seat 180 degrees, adding custom leather upholstery to create a lounge space. Recessed LED lights and a UV-coated skylight eliminate dark corners to simulate residential depth. Push lock cabinets prevent transit noise, while a hidden utility bay beneath the bed keeps heavy plumbing and lithium batteries out of sight. This cohesive design converts 65 square feet of cargo space into a high-end residence, immediately turning craftsmanship into market value. Subscribe for more incredible builds. Google Trends data for delivery van conversions climbed from a score of 30 in 2020 to 78 by 2025. This interest is driven by manageable scale, lower entry costs, and familiar parts. By the second quarter of 2025, Outdoorsy recorded 12,340 active cargo van listings, outnumbering 8,720 schoolies and 4,190 box trucks. This high demand pushed custom conversion shop waitlists to 8 months. While solo travelers and urban renters favor the easy driving experience, tight sleeping arrangements and limited build scale remain major constraints, leaving families and full-time residents to choose larger bus platforms. Murat's documented build cost totaled approximately $31,900, separating physical materials and tools from professional welding labor. While a comparable high-end cargo van sold for $48,000 and similar platforms command $180 to $220 nightly at 55% occupancy, these are industry benchmarks rather than guaranteed returns. For general education only, not financial advice. Murad retains personal ownership of his vehicle, leaving its rental potential untested. Operating this asset commercially requires strict RV title reclassification, specialized insurance, axle load safety, and abiding by local overnight parking bans. This abandoned shell became an extraordinary residence, but its business case remains entirely conditional. Subscribe for more build breakdowns. As traditional housing slips out of reach, these custom builds are no longer just hobbies. They are a new class of mobile real estate. The line between salvage and luxury has officially blurred. Now, the ultimate question isn't how we build, but where we are actually allowed to live.